Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace the timing belt tensioner on a 1.8 liter Volkswagen. This is in a Jetta Mark IV and GTI, same thing. There's several other cars that have the same basic setup with this 1.8. Here's the tensioner right here. It's up top. Really easy to get to. You can do this whole thing on the floor if you don't have it up in the air. And all you're going to need is a 16mm wrench, a pin. This is actually a tensioner pin from a Mini Cooper, I believe. You could use a drill bit. You can use whatever you want to hold this thing back. Just something roughly this size. So once you pull back this tensioner like this, right through where that goes, you'll see a hole. So you have to move it back pretty far, and then you'll stick the pin through there. So I'll zoom in on this and kind of show you what I just did. That's where you stick the pin. So you'll use a drill bit, whatever you have. It's fine. Just something that's roughly the right size. You can try things, find a pin that fits, and yeah. Once you get that back, the belt is now free. So it's very easy to pull the drive belt off from the top on this model. It makes it easier if you were to pull a throttle boot out of the way and stuff like that, but you don't really have to. You can just do it all like this. Once you get it around the alternator, you can just kind of yank up on the whole thing, and it wiggles right out of there. So now to remove the tensioner, there's just three 8mm bolts. You use a 13mm deep well socket to get to them, and it fits right in here. The top two bolts have a bracket that holds it. So you'll want to, it won't really cause much of a problem. You just get these all loose. And then you can get your hand in there and just undo them all the way. And tensioner actually fits right through the top pretty easily. So it's a nice setup. Unlike a A4 too, with a 1.8, a B5, it'll kind of have the same setup too as far as how the tensioner works. Several reasons why you'd want to replace this. Sometimes you'll get a bearing noise, and it'll actually just be the tensioner bearing on the pulley. And other times it'll be you'll have a belt squeak just from the tensioner mechanism itself not holding enough tension on the drive belt. This one is doing a kind of like a cold squeak, where you can tell it's the belt that's the belt squeaking real loud when you go to accelerate from cold. It just sounds like a loose drive belt, and then it gets warmer and it kind of stops doing it on its own just because engine expands and the belt gets warmer and everything like that. But this arm is just not putting enough load on it. So once those three bolts are out, this whole thing sneaks right through the top. Here's that bracket I was just telling you about. So here is the tensioner. So, like I said, obviously if you remove all this stuff, it comes right out, but it's not hard at all to replace. So that's it. So you'll want to install the new one the same way. Make sure it's been pinned back. That's how that pin works. If it's been pinned into position like this, you can just drop it down, install your new drive belt, and you'll put your wrench back on this, put, clockwise tension on it, and then pull your pin, and then let it loose. So thanks for watching.